Hey, what's up? It's your girl, Miss P, and I am back on this YouTube thing. Yes, I did go missing for a little bit, but life always hits in different ways. But this time, I got some stories for you. Like, share, and subscribe. Hey, what's up? It's your girl, Miss P, and this story is about me and my sister. Well, me and my sister never got along, like at all. We did not get along at all. Like, when I was born, I was troublesome. I cried a lot. And it didn't make it no better that I had my behavior problems and stuff. And my sister was my sister has like the only child syndrome just a little bit, because she had 5 years with my mom before I was born. So let's put that out there first before we just be blaming it all on my behavior, okay? Then, when I got to the age of going with her friends, of course I had to, because my mom is a single parent and my sister was my babysitter, so I had to go with her a lot of places, which was annoying, of course. But sometimes me and her would get into it, and I honestly felt like I was not in the wrong. She was just being bossy. And anytime that came about, I always hid her stuff. Everybody had a problem with me hiding her stuff and wanting her stuff. So, it's two things. Hiding her stuff, because I would never throw away nobody's stuff. I would never destroy anybody's things. But I sure will hide the shit out of it. And she would get mad because every time she would make me mad, you know, she could hit me if she wanted to because she's my older sister, and then, you know, that's how sometimes little malicious kids is or whatever, but she wasn't 100% malicious. She was just her. And it was like one of those, I couldn't hit her back. So I hit her stuff. And then after a while I would forget where I put it, so it would just turn into a you need to find my stuff argument, and then I hid something else. So it would just be it would just build over time, her shit being hidden, and then wanting her stuff. My sister is way more bougie than me. I'm spoiled on a budget. My sister is like low-key spoiled, but within reason. So I'm spoiled on the budget, she's spoiled within reason. And all the stuff she used to pick as far as her teenage years, I liked it. So she had this fuzzy journal. It was a diary, a Tweety Bird diary. It was fuzzy all over, and it had Tweety Bird's face as the cover. And I wanted it so bad. And it's like, you ain't writing about shit. I felt like she ain't had no life. So she shouldn't be writing about nothing, so give me the book, because I always write. Me, I love fresh paper. And it was new, and it had paper, so I wanted it. And so I kept pestering her about it. She wrote in it a little bit or whatever, and then we started moving around. She got older, and then eventually I got it, and then I didn't want it. When I was a larger size, me and her could wear the same clothes, and I would want to wear her clothes because she always picked out, like, she would go to Torrid when I was going to Simply Fashions. I know everybody remembers Simply Fashions. She was going to Torrid and Lane Bryant when I was shopping at, you know, Simply Fashions. Now, this is all her own money, and I had my own money, but where she decided to go and stuff, I never thought about going for my clothes. So it was like, or it was too expensive. Remember, she's spoiled within reason. Or it was just too expensive for me. I'm low-key a cheap person, for real. Like, if I feel like a $75 shirt that I can find the exact same thing at Walmart for like what they be doing, like $9.99, I'm not about to spend $75. Like, I don't care. I can make it look just as rich by adding gold accessories. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't, you know, shop at those places. However, when she brought her items home, I would shop through her shopping bags. And I would want to wear her stuff because she picked the good stuff. But we didn't ever get along. Now, when I got sick, No, let me digress a little bit. Tell y'all about a big argument we had. We had a big argument. I don't even remember over what. We don't remember most of the arguments of what they was for. 9 times out of 10, she wanted something her way, I wanted something my way. We like have that spoiled kid syndrome of peace, but it's for different things. And so we were getting into it, and my mom wasn't home, and finally I had enough of her just, antagonizing me, so I felt. I threw a candle at her. I threw one of them 3-wick candles at her. She threw something at me, and then I threw another 3-wick candle. Because my mama like candles. I love candles too. Incense candles, smell good, plug-ins, all of that. We love, a nice smell at home. So she had candles everywhere, and I was throwing them all. Well, I ended up hitting a window. And we had to pay the price for that window. And I was just so annoyed by it, because it's like she got me that angry. So I threw it. I threw the candle. And yeah, but I almost got her though. Like all the times that we threw stuff at each other, she always got me good. But that time, that 3-wick candle went smooth past her ear and hit that damn window. But man, when I tell you, the satisfaction I almost had. Like I still remember it to this day. I almost got her with that candle. Out of all the times she ended up getting me with stuff she threw, shoes, toys, whatever, books, I almost got her with that 3-wick candle. And I still remember it to this day. We've had knives at each other. We've had, we went for it. Hell, I was big, she was big. We went for it. And just, hell, we just never seen eye to eye when we was younger. However, I got sick. When I got sick with my scleroderma, my sister, I honestly don't know how she took it. Like, I knew she felt bad for me, but I don't know if she was like, I know she's not going to have the pain as my mother, but I wonder if it was close to it because I respect my sister as my mother because she watched me most of the time, if that makes sense. So my level of respect for my sister is just as close, if not the same as my mom. Like I feel like I was, after a while, once my sister matured and stuff like that, after a while, I did get that 2-parent household, even though it was my mama and my sister. Because my mom was the softie, and my sister was like, no, everything will burn and crash if you decide to do this, that, and the other. My sister's very gruesome when it comes to the talk, when it comes to having ideas. She will give you the dark of dark of dark. And I'm like, okay, so what's the pros about anything that I say? She'll give you a shitload of cons, for real. And so, I respect her just as much. So I don't know how she felt. I didn't know. My sister is one of those, she's not pretty, but along that line where she don't do the ill. Example, whenever it was her turn to wash dishes, the dirty water at the end, she would ask me to unplug it. That's when we got along. When she got along with me, is when she wanted me to undo the drain thing from the dirty water after she did dishes. I didn't mind doing that. And I saved her from a bunch of cockroaches when we were growing up because, I have to be honest, everybody done had a roach or two in their life, a flying one and a soaring one and all of that other stuff. And I was the bug girl. I stayed outside all the time. So I killed the roaches for her. I saved her life, big ones and small ones, old ones and white ones. Y'all know they had some of them out there too, them little albino roaches. I saved her from all of that. So my sister is that type. And I got sick one day, and I was at her house. I was at her apartment. Super sick. I needed to be watched. That's how sick I was. Stuff coming out from both ends. Both ends, y'all. Both ends. and one just as watery as the other. Yeah, TMI. But I, one time, was going to the bathroom. I didn't make it. It was feces on her floor. And this is her house, so I'm even double scared. I Amber Heard all over. All over her bathroom because I had diarrhea. And I was sick. When I tell you, my sister did not freak out on the outside. Because I know on the inside she was freaking the fuck out. She freaked out on the inside. But she was so diligent and calm and patient with me. And she actually helped me clean up and clean myself off. And put me back inside her bed to lay down and finish being sick. That's when I knew my sister was in it to the end. Because my sister don't do that. Like, she got kids. Those are her babies. You know? Even that was a for her, but it was her baby. She's going to change their diapers. But I'm a grown-ass woman at this point. Well, yeah, technically I'm grown at that point because I'm out of high school. So I'm damn near grown at this point. And it's adult feces all over the bathroom. Because it was a half bath that I was in. So, you know, that tight space. And yeah. Yeah. And so I knew my sister was there for me. Then, when my sister visited me at the hospital, like 3 times. Because one time I was in not quarantine, because that's like everybody's in, it wasn't a quarantine time. I was in isolation. Nobody could come in and see me, basically. So I guess that's a quarantine. I hate that word right now. I dislike it. Sorry, that's a strong word. I dislike the word quarantine right now because they just used it so much. But couldn't nobody come in to see me. I couldn't do physical contact, basically. My sister came to see me while I was in non-physical contact. And she looked so sad looking at me through the window, but she visited me for a little bit. And I'm trying not to cry about it. Wow. She visited me for a little bit, brought me some chimichan. They left it on the outside, you know, in the middle room, and then I would come out and get my food, and then, you know, she could come back into the, yeah, y'all get it, hell. So yeah, I managed to see, she managed to come see me. And I'm like, she came to the hospital for me. That's another major milestone. I'm like, home, she came to the hospital for me. And, you know, again, she go to her for her kids, for my mom, but my sister is not that type. Yeah, I don't even like the hospital. Unless they give me endless jello and fluids and leaving me alone, I don't like the hospital. So for my sister to actually come and visit me, that was dope. And then when the kids, you know, were older and stuff, and my sickness was still kind of on the rocky side, she allowed her kids to help when I needed help. And they was willing to do it, so it wasn't like no child labor laws and all that shit. They was like, auntie, what you need me to do? And she allowed them to help me. Some people be like, you know, ain't you got somebody, this, that, and the other, and just weird shit people do when it's them and theirs, if that makes sense. She wasn't like that. They helped me. Everybody helped me. Anytime I had an episode, she would make sure I had my stuff together and send me off, make sure I was okay, check on me while I'm in the hospital before she went to sleep. Text me if I was bored, just sitting there, because, you know, it takes forever in them damn emergency rooms. And so, yeah. My sister, she is very, very different. Antisocial, anti-everything, but she was there for me. And I was like, oh, wow, you know, this my sister, for real. And then, as time progressed, and I ended up, being at home all the time, and she ended up being home with me for a period of time. We grew our relationship, we were talking more. And to this day, I can honestly say my sister has become one of my best friends. She really has. Because it's like, I could call her about anything. Not most of the stuff she don't want to hear about, as far as like my dating life and stuff, because she feel like I do be picking bad guys, which I do. And so after a while, she do get tired of hearing those stories of, I met this guy, he was nice. She like, Amber, they always start off like that. See, what happens. And me, during a lot of times, I was desperate. So it seemed like it was a new guy almost all the time. And she was just, felt like she not felt bad, but she was like, you could do better. Even though you had your sickness, you could do better. And I wasn't receiving it as such until she went ahead and had one of them conversations with that tough love shit. Bruh, her chick went off on me. Like, off on me. And I ain't gonna say what it was. I learned my lesson. Her chick went off, though. Like, it was one of them reality checks I did not want, but I had and needed it. Like, dead ass. Did not want it. Didn't even ask for it. Don't even know where it really came from. But she went off. She told me off. And, yeah, I got my shit together after that conversation. And it's to the point where we're so close that this Friday, we're having a girls' night with drinks, snacks, food, everything. Because we are adulting to the max right now, and we are just running on fumes. But I'm glad that I have her and she have me as a rebooting source. Now, we talk about everything. And I just think it's so dope. And it's not just because it's just me and her, because that's all it is. We don't have no brothers. My other siblings on my dad's side, we don't talk because of him. They don't even, I don't know if they know about me or not, whatever. But yeah, I'm like super happy that I have my sister as my best friend. And we go do stuff together. Now, our favorite thing to do is go to Joe's Crab Shack, get us a steaming pop with an extra crab with a TKO. Them TKOs is life, okay? I need to learn how to make them. I might get the ingredients for this Friday to make a TKO and surprise her. You know what I mean? I think I got an idea brewing in my mind. But yeah, I love my sister from the bottom of my heart. She's a great mother. She is a great sister. She is a great person. All the stuff in her life, most of the stuff that was negative, she did not deserve. By no means. When I tell you she don't bother nobody and stuff finds her, like a lot of people say that and they still be out there in the streets, this, that, and the other, and be like, I don't do nothing to nobody. Nah. My sister don't do shit to nobody and shit steady attacks her. And it's like, if I know I do some trouble and stuff and shit attacks me, she has to be triple annoyed that she really don't do anything and it still manages to find her. And I wish things would leave her alone. I wish things would leave my whole family alone, because we be faced with a lot of unnecessary shit, but then other people can get away with stuff. We don't get it. But the dynamic of all of us is dope, and the individual relationships are dope. And I'm super glad I got my sister in my corner. Like, no doubt about it. Well, that's my story about my big sister. I love her with all the pieces of me. Like I always say, God bless your heart and all your parts. Like, share, subscribe. Bye.